The Whine and Cheese show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheeese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and welcome to episode 45 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverse show.
Today we talked to Marius from Danu Games on his MMORPG Avalon the Druids. Marius talked to us about gameplay, the light paper, history, travel, druids, and vampires.
Hear ye, all you kings, knights, elves, and witches. Avalon the Game is setting up to grant all your NFT play to earn and learn wishes. So strap in for the most mind-blowing episode yet.
Of the worst show ever, but the kind of really great show ever.
Seriously, it was good.
It was really good.
Whine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Cheese. One is a wanker, one's like its thumbs. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello, welcome to the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show. This is episode 45. I'm here with my co-host BEN68, and here is Marius the Wolf. I'll just call you Marius for now.
The
Wolf. And you are with Danu Gaming. Am I saying that right?
Yes, Danu Games.
We usually go into our articles right now, but I know you have cut off at 12:15, so I want to get as much information about your project as possible because I met you in DigiCon and I saw your video for your stuff and I talked to you and I was blown away right away. Your stuff looks amazing. I'm into gaming.
Thank you.
I love MMOs. This is an MMO NFT. Tell us about yourself. Tell us how you got into this, and then tell us about your project.
Well, just like almost everybody in the gaming industry, I was a gamer since I was a teenager. My dad got me my first computer at 16, and that was about it. That's how it ended. I didn't get a law degree because I got a computer. So
much better.
Yeah, I became the black sheep of family, starting my own business at 18, and actually starting selling games for Commodore Amiga 500 and then 1200 back in mid-90s. That started me there in the software. Then I moved to a bunch of different businesses and ended up here in beautiful California for the past 20 years, running different type of businesses, mostly real estate recently, and I'm also a CEO of a pretty large farm corporation.
Oh, wow.
With a lot of employees. And my dream was always to finish a gaming project that is going to be fun to play, good to look at, with great story to it, and educate you about things you had no idea existed and they actually exist. So we put a team together with a whole bunch of friends that are in the gaming. We found incredible people that wanted to join the team. Put some faces into the brand and went for Unreal 5 engine. And here we are, a year into development. The game is ready to be released in alpha. Nobody knows about us because we were sitting quiet trying to don't spread a bunch of news and then people copy the ideas.
That's the way to do it.
And now we're there. Now in times when the first question from everybody is like, do you even have a playable demo, Marius? Yes, I do, actually. And it's working and it's distributing the rewards because it's been a rough couple months for crypto. It's been, I would say, rough 8 months. It's been very rough for NFT market, very rough for gaming market. We're trying to save the narrative that NFTs are a good thing. Owning an item is a good thing. Not necessarily tokenomics are a good thing. So we staying away from tokenomics in our project. We're more about ownership of the item, building value of your item as an NFT, and finding a buyer that would like to save time but still enjoy the game with a higher level character or higher level buildings. So every time when somebody brings the question about tokenomics, yes, we have in-game tokens, but they're not a main goal of ours to keep the token as the number one thing in the game. Well, how much money I'm going to make if I'm going to make tokens from your game. You won't make money on tokens, and look at different projects. It's how it is. So I think that's how the main games are going to be. That's how everybody else is going to be in the next 5-10 years. All you're going to get is ownership of your item, and you can build up the value of your item by adding your precious time into creating a more precious item. Why the NFTs now can store different types of values, and I don't know if everybody knows, but you can actually upgrade your NFTs with different metadata with time. So just like your house, when you remodel and you put new windows, it's going in the books, and then you can sell it for more value when you put new floors or new kitchens. And it's going to be the same games. When you have your forge, and the forge has a higher degree of furnace, when you can create magical items now, it will be saved in the NFT metadata, and you will be able to now sell your forge as level 5, not level 1 when you get it. So that's a short introduction. I'm sorry, I went already into the game.
No,
that's
I'm
great.
excited. I can't wait.
Absolutely. Well, there's a couple of things there. First of all, I think it's brilliant to build your core team and work on a project. What'd you say? Almost a full year before you ever started to push it publicly. I think that's brilliant. Yeah, making the tokenomics secondary to the gameplay. We don't see a lot of that in the space, and it sounds like there's going to be a very heavy like crafting, blending element to the game. Would that be fair to say?
It's not going to be very heavy. How to compare? Maybe so for people that watch the game with me, they say that they see immediate themselves a couple years ago playing World of Warcraft, but it's a little bit more high end on the graphics, and I feel very honored to be compared to that. We are not World of Warcraft, however, because we simplify things. So it's more of an Assassin's Creed style crafting when you're gonna have maybe 6-7 different items to eat, maybe 20-30 different weapons, but we're not gonna overcomplicate it when it comes to crafting. Crafting is not the main part of the game. The main part of the game is uncovering the secrets and finding the treasures. So in order for that, you will need to explore and find secret locations, and then find NFTs and mint them together in something that will open another realm for you. So that's and education will come with every realm, and then rewards at the end of finishing particular quests are pretty sustainable, and we have a lot of sponsors coming in, and these rewards are going to be in your real life if you want to do it. For example, if you finish your quests to become a Templar and you become enlightened, you will choose the path of enlightened, and you finish and you discover all the secrets, then our reward is a $5,000 trip to Portugal and exploring all the Templar temples there. That it's by one of our partners, Freddy Silva, that it's #1 expert in the world of Templars. So we will reward you with something in the real life that you can touch. So it's not always going to be in just in your metaverse. So we're trying to bring a lot of fun for it. We're also trying to scout the earth for smart people. So if you're smart and you can solve it, like, you are very, very, very valuable, and we need you with us, and we need your help, and we will reward you for finding all the quests and figuring out how difficult it is.
Maybe I can bring that up. You've got some We Are Hirings now, so you're looking for a few positions.
We're looking for another marketing director. These people come and go. We have some good ones. We need more because we're starting to advertise slowly. We're looking for additional couple senior level designers. We're working with Ivan Bolchenko, that is with Saber Interactive, that made Halo 1 and 2, that made Witcher, and now Space Marine. But people are really, really busy, and we need a finishing job, so that's why we need the senior level designers to jump in. Sound engineer, the world is huge, and there's a lot of different corners that you need to add certain sound element, and you really need a couple sound engineers. So I've
got a question about that. Like, it sounds like it's very much a kind of scavenger hunt game. Is that going to be totally open, or is that going to be something that's guided through the UI, like through a character or something like that?
And the word is open, but just like in real life, you do not want how to say it, certain type of people in your country house, right, or a country club, then the same thing is going to be in a castle. For example, you will be living in villages until you complete level 20, you go to towns. In towns, you're going to stay in complete until you level 50, and now the doors open to the castle when you're meeting completely different players from different parts of the world. And now they have the experience that you need, and because we have a voice proximity chat, you would like to spend your time on the quests on level 50 and up with people that are 50 and up, right? So we're going to let you level up, but with the levels will open you certain places for people in a certain level. And that will save you a lot of time and help you, because people are going to be more experienced in the game. That doesn't stop you to go back to villages when you level 90 and you fly your dragon and come back and gather with 20 people that are level 5 and teach them something. So we're going to have a big batch for community engagement. So all the teachers are going to receive a substantial award. So for example, if you're going to be very helpful to community, we're going to have a vote in a Discord, and they're going to say, Angela has been helpful the most this month, and you will get 500 votes because you helped these people in this quest, or you gave them certain items that saved them 2 weeks of playing, and then we reward Angela with something very special on our end. So we're going to be pushing for friendly people. Don't play by yourself. Stay in groups, because we need you in raids, and just like in other games like World of Warcraft, you will find the characters that are very helpful and find people that have everything but won't share anything, just like in life. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
I was gonna ask you. Now, you said you go from villages to cities to castles. Are you able to own any land in the game?
Yes. So this is something that we bring in a little bit later. Sometimes mid next year. And I recommend that's like whoever is very, very early with us, I really recommend you to support our project from the beginning and get into the early access passes, because that will keep you strongly whitelisted with guaranteed assignment of one land item in the future, right? Right now, everything is going to be very cheap, just like other games did it. We really support the people that support us and believe in us at the beginning, right? Not, we love you when we're really big, but we love you way more when we're really small. So that's my approach to it. So yes, going back to your question, I'm sorry, I always deviate for an hour to different subjects.
That's awesome. It's awesome to hear you putting so much weight into the community and making the community a massive part of the actual game. That's really interesting to hear.
It's even more than that. We didn't accept any venture capital because we don't want people to tell us what to do, and we don't want venture capital to come at some point and decide to sell assets and kill community like they did in hundreds of other projects. So we're gonna try as much as possible be funded by people and for the people. It sounds kind of cliche, but I've seen projects that really succeed by doing it that way to a certain point, right? And then once we save, in a way like we're strong enough with the community, we will, for the expansions, maybe invite some venture capital to help us out. But we have to be strong before that. So that's how I'm dragging it. I've been very successful in my business life, so I've been sponsoring this whole project by myself so far. Wow. And we got it a lot forward, more than anybody else, without anybody giving us $1. So going back to the land items, you will own literally everything you see in the game that's a building. So you will own temples. Temple will own the whole village. You will own towns. A town, let's say a castle, small town castle, will own everything in a town. You can own buildings in a town. You can own forages. You can own mills and manufacture food for people. You can breed horses by having stables. And you can own a little shack on the ground in the village to be safe from vampires at night. And yes, we're gonna have vampires coming at night.
Wow.
Nasty
That's
ones.
so cool.
So I don't recommend you come out of your houses at night. It's gonna be quite dangerous.
Can you become a vampire?
No, actually, no. No. I haven't planned that. I didn't wrote it in the lore. No, but you can become powerful enough to protect yourself from vampires at night. But you need druid friends for that. And then at night, some other items will appear that you can collect, but there's going to be very little people roaming around at night.
It's dangerous.
I can tell. It's very dangerous. And going back to the land really quickly, still, a taxation system is going to be introduced where if you own the temple, you own all the land under the village, and basically all the homes are going to pay you very little taxes. But businesses operating within your village, like Forge, are going to have systems set up behind them where they pay you 3% taxes from all the transactions coming to the Forge. Just an example, right? So little home, big home, manufacturing buildings, all the way up to the giant castles.
Wow.
Including also ships and harbors that you can own. So all that is very easy in the blockchain, guys. It sounds very difficult. It's not very that difficult.
Well, as part of that, you've got so much going on, like just from a kind of business management side, how do you kind of keep track of everything that you got going on and avoid feature creep taking your energy away and that sort of thing?
Well, I'm sponsored by Red Bull. just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I actually
Perfect.
I thought I saw some wings.
No, so yeah, I have a pretty good team. That everybody has a dedicated tasks and everybody fulfill these tasks. Most of the guys work part-time. Some of the guys work full-time. Everybody is a big believer in MMORPGs lasting for 10 to 20 years if you build it correctly. I think just like World of Warcraft started very little, if you remember the very first edition was just funny to look at, but people still loved it. And you build on that. And I think blockchain is going to help all these games to build actual economies inside of the game. So how do we manage the time? We use a magical tool called Monday and magical tool called Trello, which are special work boards that people know and all the giant corporations work with them. When you see all the dedicated tasks, and we perform as much as we can. Plus, we have teams dedicated in different parts of the world. So I try to make guys work together with guys they like, and I try to make them to work with guys they like in their time zone or very close. So I don't have two people that don't like each other, because they can be a great people, but they don't work good. So they don't work together. So I don't have a guy from Asia working with a guy from Canada and they don't like each other. I set up everything in a way like it's supposed to work. We've been doing fine. I think we've been doing fine for the first year. We're looking for new management helps. We're constantly looking for HR is a big task. I'm not sure if you guys know that. I mean, Gala, for example, I think fires 70 people a day right now in the team. It's a lot of work for the interviews.
Wow.
So we're doing that, and we have a lot of people that does work for us, doesn't charge us, and say, if you succeed, these are the hours that I put and help you, write them into the book, and then pay me when you guys are harder because I believe in your project.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
We have a lot of help from Amazon AWS services when we have a team of 7 dedicated guys to us. Easy to reach. I mean, try to get the big corporations on a phone call. That's never going to work. So I'm very happy that I have a support from there and ideas coming into the game. I don't want to talk too much about partnerships and stuff because a lot of them are happening on the back, and I'm not trying to build any fake hypes. I just can say what's on the paper. On the paper, we are partners with Polygon Studios, and we are partners with Wax currently, right? And we have small grants from Amazon coming our way. When it comes to chains, a little bit farther into the chains, we're literally going to plug in whatever is possible that has a decent community. I have all the solutions for it. I mean, Irvine, California, where Blizzard is, for example, it's easy for me to find smart people and say, hey, guys, how are we doing it? Oh, I don't have time. I'll buy you a golf run. Let's go play golf a little bit. Explain it to me. So that's how we're getting a cool people to connect it on the back of the game. So we bring in Solana, we bring in Avalanche, we bring in Binance, we're building IMX, Immutable X marketplace for our own usage, and currently we're in Polygon and Wax, right? So right now, if you want to play a game today, if you want to play a game today right now, you will get rewards in Matic if you are connected with Polygon, or you will get rewards in Wax if you're connected with Wax4.
That's so cool. Yeah.
We're trying to add as many chains as possible, and for these of people that say, oh, that's headache because you have too much wallets, and not really. There are services that consolidate it for you, and you don't need to worry. It will distribute to the particular chain. Things changed in the last year. There's a lot of smart guys and ladies all over the world that create API services, and kudos to them. We're partnering up with Chainlink. We're in discussions. Chainlink has an almost 1 million people community. We're going to use their VRF distribution, which is randomizer. So when you win particular rate, you get one of 4 NFTs randomly distributed by their system. So you never know what you really get, which that's what we like. And with blockchain, you need to watch out what you do. Right? So that's another thing. We're working very hard with a couple smart heads right now to save us as much as we can from cheaters. So we're working on that. As you know, guys, in every game, there's going to be a team that's going to be trying to exploiting you. That's why we have a team that's going to be doing a separate distributions of rewards for players in a term of 24 to 48 hours. So we're going to try to limit automatization as much as possible. And that's still in the works. So it's nothing certain. But I rather have a team of people reward you than a system that can get exploited. So I rather have a person to verify and say, well, Angela finished this particular raid as number 2. Her reward was this and that goes into a safe, right? So we know you get it, but I will have somebody actually confirm it and distribute it. I think it's safer than having people come and abuse NFTs like they did in many other games.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a great way to do it. Wow.
It takes a lot of power, but if I have a good community, I will find a team of people that can do it daily and support. So that's another thing. You do something valuable, because when you go sleep, you think, I just rewarded these 10 people with what they're waiting for, and nobody stole it from them, right? Even if you just do 10 rewards a day. We're going to work on it. We're trying to stay away from automatization as much as possible. If we grow too much, that may be a problem. But we're going to see right now how it's going to go. And another thing I want to say, we will have a staking component to our characters. So you're going to need to freeze them for about 24 hours. So you jump in it, and here's how it works, because it happens to other games, and I was watching it over the last 2 years. It's very important stuff for everybody who listens. There was tons of games that came out, some of them by $1 billion companies, where they launched and they didn't think how to lock NFTs. You have to lock the rewarding NFT, because if you don't lock it, Angela can send it to her friend, the friend can send to another friend, and these friends can send to 15 other friends within a day, and all of them will be draining coffers of the community by using the same character. So a lot of games now tries to stake them. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to deposit it. You're going to have an access for 24 hours after you harvest whatever is needed. Then you can only harvest once a day, right? It protects your assets, it protects the game, and there's no abusing of NFT. If somebody wants to sell it after 24 hours, you can sell the character. And we're going to try to limit, basically, people jumping in and sharing particular character with the whole family, and everybody pulls in certain amounts of goods. I don't think it's the right way to do it, people doing that, so we have to be careful. So we're learning more and more, which we're going to try to protect community. Another thing I want to tell you guys, which you're going to like, every expansion to the game after the first island we're estimating is going to launch in August of the next year, the whole island. Every expansion after that, depending on the size of community, is going to be proposal and community vote. So if it doesn't pass 70% of the community vote, we won't be implementing the expansion in the way we propose it to the community. So we're building game for the community with our ideas and our things, but we need to know what people don't really want to see and what they really want to see, right? Yeah. So another thing about the game that I want to hear everybody who's at some point going to watch this video, that it's guild oriented, it's friendship oriented, and guilds trust certain people within the guilds because they know them for years. Some of the guilds are 25 years old. And we want to create, some of the games tried it, and I know it's going to work. Kingdoms owned by guilds, where the particular kingdom chooses the representative, and he comes as a knight of the round table and sits in the chair of the 12. And then these people are people that you trust and know. You know they do what you trust them. You have 1,000 people in a guild, and they're going to bring their vote to the table. And then within we're going to have 12 kingdoms, right? So I forgot to explain that. 12 kingdoms, with each kingdom is going to have one seat in the chamber, right? And that person is going to cast a vote for whatever we go on with certain things in the game, right? So this is what we're planning. We're not trying to get too political. We're just trying to people understand that they will have saying in what we're doing. So a lot of surprises, but also on the main things, we don't want to ruin experience for you in the future. So we would listen to community, right? And there's going to be a lot of people that I've met all over the world over my years that are coming and going to be sponsoring different rewards for different people. So what people don't have in these games that I've noticed, it's stakeable chests, which you can see in my white paper. That means every raid you approach is sponsored either by us or by friendly people, which can be a Polygon chain, which can be a Wax chain, which can be your particular team, right? And then when you start the raid, there is a screen dropping on you when it's loading the raid. Usually in every game, it takes 15 seconds to load stuff. You just look at the spinning wheel or you go to the restroom. Well, in that case, you will have explanation who founded the particular raid, right? And their links to go through. So we're doing what Sony will be doing this year or next year, from what I know, and what Microsoft is going to do on Xbox. Every loading screen is going to have some kind of advertising coming in.
Very clever.
It's a very important for us because Amazon is not always going to be feeding us with free servers. There's a lot of money that's going into data transfers. People never talk about it. People don't talk about games stop working because they run out of money for data transfers. So it's very, very important to have income coming as a company, but it's also important to reward community. And then this advertising thing is not going to be annoying. I want to tell you, it's not going to be annoying, guys. It's going to be 15 seconds tops, where it's usually going to be 5 to 7, but the longest maps are going to take 15 seconds to load. You will discover a bunch of new interesting teams, bunch of new websites, bunch of new guilds that are going to jump in, and they're going to be just easy to click and go, or just save the screenshot and keep it for later, or QR codes that we're going to allow to do. So you can just bring up your phone, scan it, put it aside, and go back to your raid. That stuff, advertising really gives us money, and this money in 70, we're estimating 65 to 70% goes into the raid, 30% to the maintenance and paychecks, right, for everybody. So it's not a main income for the game, but it's one of these that makes the raids pay you quite a lot of money if you win something, because it went from the advertising, right? So it's not like TV stations keep it to themselves, right, guys? We share it with the community because you watched it and we share it, and now it's known with many browsers that they will pay you for watching advertising, and this is nothing new, right? So the raid is like a fun, it's a reward, but just so you know where the money came from, nobody scammed nobody, it's been paid for. So
it's very transparent. That's good.
I want to do it like this so people understand, like, well, Polygon paid for this particular raid because they have this new stuff coming on, and they paid this in this amount. And well, I got a little share of it. Plus, I made all the friends during the raid, and I had a great evening playing it for a couple hours, right? So, open to next questions.
I had. So let's say I have Polygon, I have Wax, I have ETH. Would I be able to connect all of them, or I have to choose one?
You can connect whatever you have, but so right now, you can connect Wax and Polygon. Both of them can be connected.
Okay.
Now, here's how this is, solved. When you choose the character that you're using from Wax, you get rewarded by Wax. If you choose the character that you have in Polygon, you get rewarded by Polygon. So the system knows what you're using and where it came from, and rewards you in this particular chain because you're using this particular chain, right? So That's how we set it up, pretty much. Very easy.
All right. So like depending on which
transparent.
character you're using on which blockchain. All right. Got it. All right.
It's
awesome.
You have anything, Ben?
Yeah. I mean, very early on when we started chatting, you mentioned that there was kind of reality aspects to this. Now you've talked about political council, taxes, advertising, that sort of stuff. Is there anything in the law? Is that what you mean as far as reality too? Is there like a historical component?
Yes. So we have two writers. We're going to have 3 writers for the lore. Usually a good games and movies need 5 to 6 people to write it. It's a lot of work. So we have Jason Sloan that is a writer for Game of Thrones, the game. He wrote, he's on the bottom of our website. He's behind the RPG and fantasy, let's say fantasy side of the game. We started with a little lore, and it's already very interesting. It's in our light paper. We're going to expand it very soon. So he's going to be a writer for our fantasy side. And then we have a Freddy Silva that it's #1, literally #1 expert in the world on his History Channel, Discovery Channel. You find him everywhere. Prime TV, Gaia. He's #1 in the world expert on Templars. So if there's somebody that knows anything about the Knights, he is the person that go to, right? And also expert on, I'm sorry, my nose is I think there's money coming. And
you can smell it.
My nose, guys, it's incredible. So Freddy Silva is taking care of the Templar side of our storyline to teach us how they founded Portugal, why they did it, why the church first was loving them so much and giving so much power, and then took him down, and what happened after. So we will lead you in a game through all these interesting stories. They're not in historical books, because as you guys know, historical books are limited with the knowledge that it's acceptable by people so they don't go crazy. So we teach you the actual history, actually what happened. Stuff that slowly is coming into the history books in a very little chapters. We're going to give it all to you and teach you about all this out-of-body experience and what Templars were really going for, what they were hiding, what they were trying to teach. And
so we've got play to earn, and now it sounds like we've got study to earn.
You do
learn to earn. Learn to earn.
Learn to earn. There you go.
You can go both ways. You can just become a druid or a hunter and just do your own thing and run your little business and get your items and sell your NFT, level it up, get it for $400, sell it for $4,000, depending what you're going to do with it. Or you can choose a path of a Templar, and then you can choose a path of a Templar Knight or Enlightened Templar. Both of these are going to teach you different things, and they're going to take you to different places. So we're going to take you to Israel. We're going to take you to Portugal. We're most likely going to take you to Egypt a little bit too. So we're building different mobs where you can learn things, right? We're also working on a second game that's going to be incredible, and I don't want to talk about it, but I'm tempted. So
man with a plan.
So I'm quiet about it, guys, but it's like halfway done too. So we're gonna release it probably in May of the next year, and it's going to be related to this game. And another thing I want to introduce to people that everybody's asking me about: if I buy my druid for Avalon the Game, can I use my druid in the upcoming XXX title game? So here is the little thing, and this is how I was really thinking about it, because everybody's answer is going to be like, oh yes, of course you can. You know how people now to sell the projects, right? So I'm not gonna tell you, oh yeah, it's super easy. No, you have to level up the druid, whichever character that is, to the certain level of knowledge, to the certain level of help to the community. Then you apply to us, and we let you use that NFT as a character in the new game, because you're a valuable member of the community. So you're doubling your money.
Not a given.
So you're doubling your money. Well, if we do it a given, it's the more like what's the word? It deters the smart people away. That it lowers our income from the second game, and it's dangerous for the community. So whoever can use it, it's a guy or a lady that is experienced, that helped already. I'm not asking you to be level 90, but I will establish some kind of level, and then you come with the knowledge to the new game, because a lot of knowledge from the previous game can be needed in the second game, but you can just start it from zero, just like Assassin's Creed, right? If you played all the Assassin's Creeds, you gain knowledge from the previous ones, and you understood the stories in the future much better than when you started with Templars in Acre back in the day. So we're trying to take you in some cool places. I want to really teach people about how Earth is built. Like, why is it the way it is? Like, what are the energies on Earth? Why do we have all the stone circles? Like, I'm trying to tell the younger generation to get off their iPhones and learn a little bit in the game, but go and explore, right? So we have a brilliant team in England that started our first video on YouTube, that our friend is going to be taking people to virtual trips into different of the sites that are in the game. So you'll be able to see them on the YouTube videos in real life, and then we're going to show you that in the game, right? We also are hiding a bunch of Easter eggs. So whoever is a history buff, let's say they don't want to just hunt and create beautiful armors, they want to explore and say, I think I've seen this temple somewhere, right? There are people very skilled. I don't want to teach them how to do it, but there are people skilled. They can find architecture in the game in the real life. So we're looking for that, and we're going to hide a bunch of Easter eggs. And then you come to us in the email and you say, this is my name, this is the date of the email. You can't fake that stuff, right? You send it over and you say, I found this. And then we have certain reward for it, right?
Oh, I'm taking notes.
For finding Easter eggs. Yeah. So every cool looking building, I can tell you, is a building put out of parts of actual buildings in existence. So we're trying to show you architecture not made up, but a mix out of different things. It's give you some kind of clues. So we're working on a lot of clues. You're gonna need to use your brains in this game, or brains of community, because people are gonna share the knowledge. But we encourage you go without YouTube trailers showing you, oh, you just go there, you uncover this and uncover that. Another thing I'm gonna do, guys, to prevent this guides, prevent people to just a year from now go and see what it was, I am going to change it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going to change it with patches.
That is awesome.
When a certain patch comes out, whatever it was working before, it doesn't work anymore, my friend. The statue is not there anymore. This particular cavern has been enclosed by earthquake, which happens in the real life, right? So I'm going to let you think. And I know a lot of wealthy people, and I know there are people that will reward people for putting their brain to work, right? So we're going to have a lot of sponsored rewards for finding different covers or discovering and coming up with solutions for us. So it's going to be more than just a gaming metaverse. There's going to be as much as rewards as I can gain for us, for the community, right? And I can tell you, people are willing to teach. People also in the world are getting older, and they can't take the money with them. A lot of them knows. So they want to give it to the people. They just don't know who to give it. They're too shy to give it. There's a lot of people out there that die with incredible amounts of money, and it's taken away by governments, for example, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to bring people to, if they don't want to come to you and say, hey, I really like Angela, she's amazing, let me give you a hug. But they're shy. So they will deposit to the coffers that they can be distributed in the blockchain, and they will see that, oh, Avalon didn't took all the money to themselves and told me they gave it. I can see the transaction record that it was actually sent to Angela's wallet, right? For particular task reward. I'm not saying just giveaways, but so there's a lot of components to this game. I know it's very complicated, but we made it work to this point, and now we're beautifying it, adding a little bit to it, and adding content, hiring better actors. Oh, my voiceover actors. I don't want to talk who's going to come later on, but I can promise you some really big names are going to come.
Oh, wow.
And you're gonna hear the people on the headphones that you know in your favorite shows. That all depends on the money we have. That's the only thing. Currently, we have a very talented actors already that do voices for your quests, and they are matching with their accents to the locations where you are. So you don't have a guy from Australia, being our priest or a knight inside of our Scotland castle, right? So we match it, so you really feel immersed.
Or a girl from the Bronx.
Yeah, or the girl, or the girl from the Bronx. Yes, we
But it
try.
definitely adds the community aspect of it. It really kind of nails down on that. It's awesome.
Yeah, and then we're trying to build community. We're looking for people that will help us manage the community. It's very hard in this world. People are sold out to so many projects. When you Google now NFT games, only one company comes up, I can mention. And the reason is because this particular company pays almost every single YouTuber out there. There's tons of amazing YouTubers, don't get me wrong, that actually don't want to get any paychecks, and they still would do videos, but they have a very hard time with getting views. And I interview YouTubers every other day. So we're trying to have a new people, new communities. We really look for these YouTubers with 1,000 followers that are actual followers, right? And there's special software right now that will crowd through your YouTube channel and will just send you a nice email saying, oh, that's a bullshit channel, where, I'm sorry for the word, that 99% of your followers or your activity is highly AI created, right? So we have system for that to crowds through it, but we don't expose it. We like people to keep their income, have their income, enjoy their lives, but we try to work with people that are actual real people with real followers. So we're going to be supporting tons of little channels, starters. They're young guys, 17, 18, 20 years old that just have 5 games that they review. They have to start somewhere. So we're there for them. We're going to have dedicated lady for that. We're open to anybody to do reviews. And they don't need to be nice. I just want to have honest reviews, right? So that's kind of where we are.
It all sounds really, really incredible, mate. And your passion and your drive and your energy definitely comes through. And I believe where you have to go, is that right?
Yes, I'm driving for a meeting with a company that I don't want to mention, but I will say what they're going to be doing. So we are plugging in Binance, Avalanche, and Solana. So I have a meeting in person here in Irvine. Ooh. I want to make sure that they're supposed to be the best in the industry, but I want to meet the guys in person, look them in the eyes, talk to them a little bit about life, and see if they won't fail and what are they missing, or are they really the people we need in the future, right? So I'm going to run to this, but I'm open for like the final question if you guys have anything more.
Well, I just want to say it's great that you're not going for like YouTubers with inflated fake numbers, because me and Ben and I have been talking like we're not going to do stuff like that. We're like very natural, and we get our stuff out by doing our 2 shows per week. And I think that's great. I think it's great that you're kind of like putting all the power into the players' hands. Not a lot of people know this about me, but I found my husband on an MMORPG called Anarchy Online. Yeah. And we were in, it was futuristic, so it wasn't guilds, it was corporations or organizations. And you could actually build a city and have alien raids and sit at a table. So like this was back in 2004 or 5-ish. So some stuff like this makes me so excited, and to get back, like I'm older now, but like I'm still a video gamer. You come into the Discord, which is so freaking cool, and watch me game and talk to our followers and whatnot. And I just think it's great. I think you're very down to earth. I really can't wait to check this game out.
Thank you so much for the kind words. I just want to say, I think gamers, I went to a bunch of gaming conventions, also crypto gaming conventions. You meet people from, let's say, 22 years old all the way to 60-year-old. And the 60-year-olds will come to me and say, well, I played these submarines in 1988, right? And I'm like, well, I played the same submarines because when I was in school, it was like, well, I'm younger than you, but they were already somebody in the city. They had computers and they had these games that they could play at. So even with the technology, guys, I think gamers are not all of them, but let's say we're talking about RPG this type of that plays World of Warcraft or any type of that game is very romantic at heart. Feels that they really are in their maybe 5th reincarnation, that they feel like they used to live in medieval times. They feel like they used to live in Egypt. They just don't want to say it to people because they think they're going to think they're crazy. But these are the feelings they have, and that's why they play these games, because the part of their energy is actually in the past. And that's normal. It's just in your DNA. Just like Assassin's Creed was trying to tell you that we're thinking that our ancestors' memories are in our DNA. We just can't open them up yet, right? So I think a lot of gamers are true romantics. And I'm not talking about people that play shooters and stuff. They're very like different gaming oriented. But I think you're gamer for life. You always at some point are going to sit on a computer or VR and go to a different world and not necessarily meet with people, but see things and be someone else, or because you missed something, you want to go and see it. You want to build that house. You want to plant the trees around it that you can't do in real life because you live in New York or different places. So this is kind of me. I used to carry my computer and screen. There's to be big screens on my backpack, and I walked to a computer market when I was a kiddo. And now we're carrying this flat screens in our fancy cars, but we still the same kid that we were X years ago. Just some of us are, well, I'm an attorney, or I'm a city council person. Like, come on, I tear you apart. I would show you some good game. I tear you apart in 20 minutes. So it's don't be afraid to be who you really are inside when you are around people alike like you, which I think it's gaming community. So just be yours, be the mage, be the warrior, whoever you want to be. These are the people at heart that want to be this. So just explore it, be nice to everybody. And I spent years, 5 years playing Star Wars Online. And I learned a lot in the Star Wars Online. And the last thing I can tell you guys, that's why we're doing the leveling up of characters. There are people that will enjoy going the path of Jedi, like the path of, Jedis are taken from Templar Knights anyway. The whole idea, that's how it came from. But people are enjoying the Templar line or the Jedi Knight. It will take you multiple months or years to build it, but there's going to be another person that really wants to have the Jedi level 90 because now they can participate in the high guilds and they can explore different planets. And this character is going to be very valuable. And back in the day, the access to game was $20, but some of the Jedi characters were selling for $1,000 on eBay. And it's the same going to be, I think, in the blockchain world, where we're going to have characters going for thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars that have certain value to them and certain respect in the community, right? So I want to close down with this, and I want to invite everybody to follow our social media. Check out our Twitter. I hope you guys can post it down there. And I'm very thankful for Whine and Cheese to inviting us. And I see you on the next one when I can say more about what the particular NFTs are going to do in the game.
Nice. Awesome. Oh, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, absolutely. Really appreciate your time, mate.
Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Enjoy the day.
Oh, wow. That was amazing. I can't wait.
Kind of, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a just, I mean, I don't know. I don't think you meet many people like that super smart, like down to earth, like incredible, really.
Yeah.
Like, even I'm blown away. I'm not even, as you know, I'm not much of a gamer myself, but gosh, it's even got me excited.
He comes to the MVE voice chat to watch me play my video games, which is amazing. And he's telling me all these new things, and he'll talk to the people there. Very down to earth guy, and sounds incredibly smart and innovative. And like he's gonna take this and make it his own.
Well, he's just doing things all the right way, you know. He's not getting ahead of himself. You know, imagine working and funding a project yourself for a year, and you know we've shared like, as we were talking to him, I was sharing some of the imagery of it, and that the work that's gone into it's absolutely incredible, you know.
Yeah.
And before we press record, he showed us some of the stuff that he was doing with an orchestra and for the soundtrack and that sort of thing. So I'm hoping that he's going to send us a file, and I'll patch that into this recording.
Yes,
somewhere
that would be amazing.
Towards the back or something that you can check out as well. But yeah, we'll have all the links in the description and whatnot for you to dive into further. There's white papers and all the rest of it. But yeah, wow.
Wow.
I don't know. It kind of seems a bit cheap to kind of go and sully that now with some of our shitty spiellage.
I know. Oh my God. That's crazy. I really have nothing to say about Upland unless you do.
No, not at this stage. I've been like you've had a busy not a great week. I've had a busy not a great week, so I've just been smashed. I haven't really been able to sit down and digest anything fully. And I actually just got a DM from Finsky. Finsky's just asked me if we had any ideas for the segments for next week's UDU podcast, and I was like, no. And he offered some suggestions. So,
Oh, nice, Finsky.
little things like that just help immensely, you know. And Marius even spoke to that as well. You know, it's getting those people in that can help with specific roles and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to sully this with any spillage. I think we just
Go to the
put a
articles.
nice little ribbon on this and.
Oh, wait, you don't want to go to you? This is good for you. This is it.
I think
Not
so.
even that
I mean,
one Tinder one.
I think we save it.
All right,
we
we can
save
save
it.
it. We can save it. Yeah, this
Yeah.
was wow. Look at that. We did great. So this is a good little short one, but extremely impressive. Wine and
Absolutely.
Cheese, best show ever. Dare I say it? No, I won't say it. Maybe. Shh.
The best of the worst, absolutely. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Shall I take us away? Calgon? Calgon,
for
take us away. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up.
G'day, sickos. Okay, to get your grubby little hands on this episode's free Morecheeese custom NFT, as always, like and subscribe. Then get yourself over to the Danu Game server, post a comment in the Avalon chat channel, and let Marius and the team there know that you heard about the game on the Whine and Cheese show. Don't forget to chag Morecheeese later.
Fire, samurai, ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off your ride. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. People let fire, samurai, ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. People let fire, samurai, ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off your ride. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. People let fire, samurai, ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.